Hi, welcome to Data Structure and Algorithm course. In today's session, we'll be discussing about another important data structure called queue. And what is exactly queue, where it is used for, and what are the basic operations for which queue is used. So basically, queue is a container of objects that are inserted and removed according to the first in, first out principle. So whichever has come first in that structure, whichever object or element has been put first will go out first. So it is like a standard queue where you are waiting for a queue in a theater or waiting for a queue on a railway ticket counter or any ticketing counter or waiting for your turn in a classroom or anywhere. That queue is concept is called first in first out. So whoever comes first will get first, or whoever comes first will go out first. So that is the concept of queue called first in first out. Okay, so basic principle, first in first out, also called FIFO principle, and it is used for theater, movie, lot of other places. Okay. Now there are two fundamental operations. Like stack, we had push and pop. In queue, we have two fundamental operations. One is called in queue, and other is called dequeue. In queue means inserting an object or inserting an object or sorry about that. So in the queue, there are two fundamental operations. One is called in queue, which basically inserts the objects, and other is called dequeuing, which basically returns and removes the object from the queue. So very simple, like push and pop, we have in queue and dequeue. In queue and dequeue, again, the number of primitive operations are very constant, 9, 10, or it may be different from implementation to implementation, but what we have to understand is that irrespective of that, it does not depend on total number of objects in the queue. It will always be a constant. So number of primitive operations, it will be always constant irrespective of whatever is this. So this will be always constant, a constant number. Okay, this will be constant, and because it is constant, the order of algorithm for queue is of order 1. So we have to be just understand this, that order of algorithm of inqueuing and dequeuing for queue is 1, and for space it is of order n. So a array based queue, remember this is array using array based queue, has a order of 1 for inqueuing operation and order of 1 for dequeuing operation, and space usage of order n. It is just like a stack. So in terms of order of algorithm, both stack and queue have the same order of algorithm. Now, what are the pros and cons of a array based queue? First, it is very simple and efficient. Cons, not very adaptive. The size must be fixed in advance. The same issue which stack had it. And same issue like a stack, like it is difficult to delete and insert an element in between. Because if you want to delete something in between, then you have to remove everything before, store it in some temporary space and then put it back after doing your operation. So it is very difficult to do in between delete and insert. Now what we'll do is that we'll have a quick look on a queue animation and we'll try to understand how exactly queue works.